Lannea, and today we're going to be talking about energy balance and getting the most nutrition out of our calories. So I need a volunteer. Is anyone willing to come up and play a quick game?
I would love to.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Lannea.
Hi, I'm Kaylin.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So Kaylin, what I want you to do is look at these different types of food. We've got Cheetos, almonds, granola, oil, and strawberries, and you are going to measure out how much of that food you think equals 100 calories.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just pour that into this cup. The exception is the oil. You're just going to tell me how much oil you think equals 100 calories by showing me which spoon you think is equal to that.
Okay.
All right. So Cheetos first. Great.
No.
All right, Cheetos, and now almonds. And while Kaylin's doing that, I have a question for everyone else. What are calories? Anyone know? So calories are a measurement of energy. So it's just like this measurement that tells us how much energy we're going to get out of a food. Great job. Great. Okay.
And then I think it is a teaspoon.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's compare the actual answers to what you said 100 calories looks like. So first of all, we'll go with the Cheetos. So you said 100 calories of Cheetos looks like this. This is actually what 100 calories of Cheetos looks like. So you were pretty close. You're pretty close there. Maybe a little bit more. For almonds, 100 calories of almonds, you were almost right on track. A little goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
And granola. Wow, great guess. You were really close. So it's just a tiny bit of granola, a quarter cup. Why do you think that is? What's in this that makes it so rich in calories?
Sugar.
Sugar, absolutely. I see some dried fruit, some coconut, some sunflower seeds in there too. So all that adds up. So for oil, you said a teaspoon. This was actually a trick question, I'm sorry, because it's actually a little less than a tablespoon. So there's no spoon on here that represents that, but just think of a tablespoon, a little less than that is 100 calories of oil. And then strawberries, you said this much is 100 calories of strawberries. So this is always a surprising answer. It's actually the whole cup of strawberries for
Wow.
100 calories. So how did your answers compare?
I was pretty good on a lot of them. I think I was surprised by the strawberries. I
Yeah,
didn't know I could have that many. I might try to make that many strawberries and a little bit of granola.
absolutely. So sometimes we can think about the types of foods that we're eating. Fruits and vegetables, we can eat a lot more of that food, and it doesn't have as many calories in it. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure actually.
So what's in this fruit compared to like dried fruit? What does this fruit have in it?
Oh, it has there's more fiber.
Exactly. Well, fiber and water are two things in fresh fruit that give us a lot of bulk without as many calories. So you can eat more fruits and vegetables. Perfect. So we already talked about calories being a measure of energy, right? And so fat, protein, and carbohydrate are three types of energy, of calories. So we already talked about what 100 calories look like. Now we want to talk about getting the most nutrition out of our calories. So which of these foods do you think has the least nutrition? The least vitamins, minerals, protein, fiber, all those good things our bodies need to stay healthy?
Probably the Cheetos.
You're absolutely right. This gives us a lot of energy, but not a lot of nutrition. So every day, each of us has a calorie salary. I like to think about this as like the amount of energy our body needs in a day. And this varies for different people. It depends on your age, it depends on your gender, your height and your weight, and how active that you are. So 3 of these things we can't really change very easily, right? But one thing that we can change is how active that we are. So physical activity is really important in that. So we want to get the most out of our calories, eat the right types of food, and then we also want to try to be physically active as well. So what happens to our bodies when we have too many calories?
We don't use them all, so we end up storing them.
Absolutely. So sometimes when we store those calories, it can be stored as fat. The type of fat that's stored in our bellies is called visceral fat. And this is actually the type that's easiest for our bodies to mobilize. And when that fat gets mobilized, that can lead to some really big health problems. And so we want to make sure we're staying within the amount of calories that we need for that day, and not storing a whole lot of extra calories. Also, when we get calories from carbohydrates that are extras, more than we need, it can really raise our blood sugar. And this can lead to long-term problems like developing type 2 diabetes or uncontrolled blood sugars, insulin resistance. So again, we want to get the most nutrition out of our calories and want to stay within our calorie limits and be active. So what types of activities do you enjoy? There's a picture here of people being active in different ways. What do you like to do?
You know, I really like to go hiking
Oh,
because we have the mountains right here.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So we want to shoot for about 150 minutes of physical activity a week minimum. But it's actually best if we get an hour a day, and that could be moderate. It could be just walking. You could break that up into smaller increments, because physical activity and eating right really go hand in hand when it comes to being healthy. So any questions about all this?
I don't know. I don't know if I have any. Is there?
I did that good of a job?
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you mean by, so the fat in my stomach is active? What does that mean?
Yeah, so fat, in the past, people used to think that fat was just kind of this thing that sat on us, and now we know fat is actually a very active organ.
Okay.
It gives off hormones, it's active in our metabolism, and so it can give off some hormones that actually contribute to our body being more likely to develop certain types of diseases. And so it's good to eat the right amount of fat, right? Like we talked about this oil, we do need fat, we need the right types of it.
Okay.
But we just don't want to eat a lot of extra calories that get stored as fat, because then that can lead to some long-term health effects. So the best thing you can do is just start with little steps, right? If you're on the third floor of a building, you want to get down to the first floor, you don't just jump out the window. You start little by little. And so think about maybe what's one small step that you can do. For example, on our handout today, we have a website. It's called supertracker.com. And so SuperTracker can actually help you track what you eat and make sure it's the right types of food. And you can also put in your physical activity with that too. So you can see if you're being active enough for your height and your weight and your gender. So it's a really great tool. So maybe that would be one small step you'd want to take this week.
Do you know if I can use that on my phone?
You can use it on your phone. It's just
like
it's
an
mobile.
app?
You can just check out the website. I can show you a little bit more about that. If you want.
Yeah, great.
Thanks so much for playing the
Yeah,
game.
thank you for teaching me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have a great day.
Thanks.